Yes, as mentioned, we have Lee Addison from rugbyleaguecoach.com.au. We can't get rid of this bloke. He just keeps coming back for more.
As I told you, hey, I warned you last week. I said I was moving to the AFL, and guess what? I am currently in Victoria. I'm in Melbourne. That's why I've got the hoodie on. I am freezing. I'm absolutely freezing.
You're too acclimatised, mate. You're a pom.
That's right. Very reminiscent of England, actually, some of the weather today. And the day was really nice. I mean, you're in T-shirt and shorts in the day, but, mate, as soon as that sun goes in, the hoodie's coming back out. And, of course, I wasn't ready. I've never been to Melbourne in April before. I've been in every other month, I think, apart from April. So I thought it'd be a bit warmer at night, mate. I'm struggling.
Yeah. All right. Well, we have a very special surprise for the viewers in this episode. It's been a surprise blockbuster sort of episode, and we've decided to put Lee on the spot. Lee, let everyone know how we're going to run this.
Well, you didn't give me any time, did you, to prepare anything? So normally I have things edited and whatnot, and I've got a little theme for the day, theme for what I'm going to talk about. Well, this week I think you'd had the Easter holiday early, Taylor, you and John and Kel, and we still haven't decided who we're looking at, but we've decided we're going to have a look at the Capras. But I've not had a chance to download the video. The hotel Wi-Fi. I mean, I think it's lucky you've got me actually with the hotel Wi-Fi, but we won't push our luck. So what I reckon we do is I'm going to get the video up when I share the screen, and you just pick a number, be in a minute, and I'll have a look at it raw. And then everyone knows then that I'm not, even though I'm finding something and I'm delivering it each week, if I was to keep going through the tape, it'd be a 4-hour segment. So I've just got to take something and run with it. So let's just do it now. Let's just do it live. I'll share the screen. Are you ready for that?
You share the screen, mate.
So, mate, I found the Capras game. I've forgotten who they played. Did they play the Cutters?
They did. They played Mackay Cutters weekend.
Okay. So the Capras look like Aston Villa, actually, in the English Premier League. So, mate, I've never watched this tape before. I want you to pick a time on the video and we'll get it to the...
All right, to prove this is random, Kel, what is the day of your birthday?
You want the date?
What's the date of your birthday?
Second.
Not the second.
Yeah.
Give us another number. All right. We'll go
My wife is in 12.
the 32nd minute.
Okay.
And 12 seconds.
32nd minute and 12 seconds. There's 28, 38, 31. Well, there's a try. So can I go from the try, Taylor?
Yeah.
So the return of the kickoff?
Let's do that.
Okay. Perfect. 31 minutes, 46 seconds.
Let's go.
Let's have a look. So if I'm studying this tape, I'm looking to see how they exit. They've obviously just scored a try.
Now, of course, the Capras are at the top of the comp at the moment, Lee. So that just this is the pinnacle of the Host Plus Cup.
Let's have a look. Okay. And one of the problems when we're doing it live is there's going to be a few moments where there's actually nothing to say while I'm having a look. Did you see how he went across then?
Yep.
The field? So I think they're targeting somebody on the right side here of defence. Now that's a substitute, a number 11 who's made the tackle. They've clearly gone over to the left side of the field. So who are they targeting over there, Taylor?
I think it could be, I think they're trying to move that pack around, to be honest, mate, because they've just gone back to the right-hand side.
And look, gone to number 6, yeah. So you quite often see teams that do this. They play between the tram lines and go laterally to then play back across. And I'll say, for example, Ricky Stewart's one of those coaches that likes to have 3 lateral plays and then throw something back at. Let's have a look at them defensively. Collision, bit chesty, not much in terms of ruck control there, but it was a kick return. Good collision there. Mate, I've seen teams a bit heavier on ruck control already. What is interesting there is the line speed. Already I'm seeing a few things that other teams can exploit. Look, for example, I'd be looking at the spacings a little bit and the inconsistent line, I suppose. And I don't know if viewers can see this, and I often allude to this, but the defensive split. I mean, perception and perspective is everything. I'm assuming this is the centre spot, in line with the centre spot here. So already I'm looking to see if they're a bit short defensively on that side of the field. So, of course, there's a knock-on, so I'm going to have to roll things on, aren't I hope our editor's ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's have a look at this set.
This is live and raw, isn't it?
This is live and raw.
Geez, that's a good carry. Just put a little bit of late footwork on. Right, so already I'm getting a vibe that they are hitting the middle as well a little bit too. So they've had a couple of opportunities to go to the short side, but they've gone back to the long side, even with just a simple hittle. There's about 6 penalties in that. Why is that not a penalty? And this is, but can you see they're going a bit laterally again to the right? And now they're throwing something back over. So I think we've picked them already, Taylor. A few plays laterally to go and attack back over where they have worked over. Now,
so that left half, would you say they're aiming at that left half, mate?
Well, the other time we had a look at it, they did it the opposite way, don't they? So I'm playing the set again. They've took a carry to the left scrum line, but then they've actually gone back to the right. So I think what they do is they move the side laterally. So on the previous set, they moved them that way first. This way, they're moving them down the screen. So I think their exit game plan is to work a team laterally like this. What that then means in theory is that some of these defenders here, can you see my cursor there, Taylor?
Yes.
Some of those defenders there will be moving up at different speeds. So when you have a game plan where you move them laterally, and you remember this from when we used to do the old Billy sets against Blacktown, we'd work them across, because the theory is that when big men move laterally and they move up the field, across and back, up the field, across and back, they don't always come back up in the line at the same speed. So in theory, what you've got here is a fragmented defensive line because they've done some lateral work. Now, already you can see some of the spacings in the opposition. They're not quite equidistant. Do you like that word?
Yeah, I love that.
And now they're going to play back at that. They've got some good shape. So we're talking about a team that's top of the table, so they're going to be good, aren't they? The number 7, please put names to these if you want to, has got a good shape. He's got an inside option. He's got a front man. He's got a back man. I love that. I think that's the ideal. What having an inside man does, if nothing else, it just squares him up at the line. And then he goes out the back. Now, something happened here. I was too busy yakking to notice. It was just a terrible kick, wasn't it? He's
run 70 to score.
I know. And mate, what we'll do is I'll get you to pick a random time in the second half, and then.
All right, Lee, as you mentioned, we think we found what they were doing in that first half there. Let's have a look at a second half point of the game. So I'm going to say number 72.
Oh.
Yes.
Now, what does that mean? What's that in hour? Is that 1 hour 12?
That's it. It is 1 hour 12. Yes. 1 hour 12 minutes.
Okay, let's have a look. What you do find later in a game is sometimes a player or a team will play a bit more on instinct, right? So they've stuck to a plan. If they're well ahead, were they well ahead in this game by this time?
No.
Okay, so they'll either be following the coach's instructions to the letter, or they'll be thinking, what our coach has told us isn't quite working, so we're just going to try this. Or they'll be doing things that they've seen during the game. Okay. Yeah. So Taylor, we've picked something in the second half. They've just took the ball out of the scrum, so they're on the left scrum line. Let's have a look. Mate, I love this back row. Can he carry a football? What's his name?
His name's Nixon Putt, mate. He's a really dangerous ball runner. Played a little bit for the North Devils as well.
I like the way he rolls to the play the ball too. That was a bit of a nothing play. Let's have a look. One pattern I've found, Taylor, they take 3 plays before they do anything. Now, One thing I always think when you take 3 plays, that's 50% of your plays gone. I always used to say that to you. If you need 3 plays to do anything, then you need to make that something very good, because that's 50% of your plays gone. And it also gives the defence 50% of those plays to not worry about and just worry about play number 4. It is following a very similar pattern, and they're just creeping to the right to go back left. Oh, look at this. Couldn't have picked a better clip. Mate, they'll think we are doing this on purpose, because they've been trying every clip.
I know.
Right, I'll go through that again. So even though they've not gone completely to the right, they are going somewhat to the right. So they're creeping over more to the middle of the field, but then they go back, and then look at that shape around the ball for both of them there. So there's a backman here if he wants him, but instead he hits front. He's engaged that defender. He's coming to make the tackle. And this poor defender here is going to make a choice. You've always got to defend the threat, which is the ball. And his body just can't get there in time. And boom, there you go. So to summarise all that, Taylor, I think what the Capras are doing is 3 plays. They tend to work an area of the field in those 3 plays and then attack back at them. So to nullify that, kill tackle 2 and 3. And if you've been worked over laterally in defence, be aware that tackle 4, you've got to be ready to make a defensive play, because quite often what can happen is when you've done a tackle or 2, you try and get that little breather, and that's why teams attack back there. So, yeah, I don't know who's playing them next, but that would be the thing to try and tackle. And I hope that's all right, mate, for spontaneous.
Mate, that's perfect for spontaneous. It worked really well. One thing that impressed me about the Capras then was their ability to form shape out of nothing. They just, as soon as they got to that last play, they all quickly shuffled to where they needed to be and exploded. So that was very impressive. I felt.
And I think, I sorry, mate, to interrupt. Sorry, that's just a Zoom. Right. That's just a Zoom thing there. The basic shape, I think, a good half can have is, I mentioned it already, is the inside man, let's say on the right, because what that does is it squares you up at the line. So when I say square up, you can engage defenders if you square. That squares you up at the line, just having the inside man, even if you just dummy to them. And then you look outside, you've got a front man and a back man. And right there, they had that shape, and it literally just opened up the opposition defence. You are right. They get that shape ready quite quickly. I would prefer them to do it early in the tackle count, though, because otherwise they'll be quite easy to pick.
Awesome. Well, that was great for a spontaneous analysis, Lee. We'll put you on the spot. I
don't mind doing that, actually. It's quite good. It's just that you have that lag time, don't you, where you're looking for something. But I suppose what the viewers see is how I actually look through things.
Yeah.
I could have put that into an edit just then, and yeah, that would have been the pattern.
Yeah, awesome. All right, thank you very much, Lee. As mentioned before, if you like what Lee is talking about, his analysis and his football brain, please contact him at rugbyleaguecoach.com.au and try and tap into that big noggin of his.
How can you talk to me about big noggins and you love me that much, you got the same glasses as me?
Thanks, Lee.
Take care.